production of video games last 70 years, digital media researchers and game theorists have been continuously questioned, such as are video game art, e-game a distinct form of media? Can games tell story? If they can, what are the differences from other types of storytelling? Do they reshape the notion of narrative? The cause of this mainly comes from the immersion of the combination of gameplay and storyline in one media form, modern video games. This term of narrative has shifted dramatically in its meaning, departing from the classical one in literature, films, and other types of media. This video will use Civilization VI and Tomb Raider 2013 to discover the topic. Do video games reshape the notion of narrative, and how? The presence of players makes games different from films, TV, dramas, or novels. Unlike other forms of narratives, that writers, authors, or directors create and control the whole storyline. Story in games is not only built by development team, but also by players. Players now are not just watching the main character, they are the main character. Not only an audience, but also a co-producer of the story. As Lehman said that, by controlling the character's avatar through mechanical inputs, the player can trigger the construction of the story, since the game narrative is totally connected to the progression of the game. Accordingly, the unexpected events by game developers can simultaneously emerge. For example, in the series of Civilization, players in the role of the ruler of a civilization is given enough freedom to build their own empire themselves and create their own journey, but in the predefined framework built by developers. The characteristic of interactivity in games makes players more engaged in the story. It's more emotional or immersive since the story events are happening to players. Players experience the feelings of the character, not just excitement and fear, but sadness and anger as well. Thus, unlike other types of narrative, the player leads the entire experience. The way players engage actually produce a series of story events real-time has reconfigured the interpretation of the classical concept of narrative as recounting. Instead of retelling a sequence of past events in the present, games tell story real-time by players' mechanical inputs in the present. Another point where games change the traditional narrative is about cutting scenes. Unlike other media, such as TV and films, that can skip scenes, in games, players have to experience scene by scene, because gameplay is a key part of games, and the journey is a key part of the experience. For example, in Tomb Raider 2013, instead of going from the bottom to the top of the tower, the player has to go through the entire journey.